Hello, everyone. Today is May 9th, 2021, and it's Mother's Day. So, what I was figuring, because it's Mother's Day, is it got me thinking about the holidays. And I know a lot of ex Jehovah's Witnesses kind of are conflicted about the holidays because we were taught all holidays were bad, they're pagan, we must not celebrate them. So, hopefully, today I can shed some light on the holidays, their origins, and why it is okay to celebrate them. I promise you will not be destroyed because you celebrate the holidays, okay? Um, as far as me today with Mother's Day, what I did is I planted flowers in the front of my house to honor my spiritual mother or the Mother God. I did also think about my fleshly mother, but as you probably are aware, she is shunning me. But I did think about her today, and I basically thought about the more pleasant times that we had together. It doesn't actually make me sad because for me, what helps me is that I realized once I left Jehovah's Witnesses, it was almost like a past life that I left behind me that I don't ever want to pick up again. And if my mother truly feels that I have no place in her life now that I am not a witness, then I just accept it that my own mother is part of my past life. So it helps me move on so that I can live in the present and also look forward to the future. I still have hope that hopefully one day she'll wake up to what type of organization she's in and also what type of God she's actually serving. Anyway, that was what I did today for Mother's Day. So, what I was going to say is Mother's Day actually does date back to the early Greeks and Romans because they celebrated these mother goddesses essentially, but it kind of faded out as Christianity took hold and whatnot. However, in the 1900s, which is very recently, it reemerged. And it was basically a day that was brought about by a very lovely woman who basically wanted to create a day so that basically children, husbands, whoever could express love and gratitude and acknowledge the sacrifices that women made when they, bear children and take care of households and everything. That was the whole point of Mother's Day. You may ask, there's nothing wrong with that. That's actually sweet. It's good. It really is. But think about it. If you're a Jehovah's Witness and your God is Father, who literally, because of what happened between him and Mother, detests women, feel they have no worth, and that they are actually lower than you, why would you want to incorporate this celebration into your, as I called it, now it's his true nation that worships him? He wouldn't. So, because of that spirit that, is coming down from the governing body of Father, which is not a good spirit, that holiday would not be, even though there's nothing wrong with it, would not be celebrated amongst Jehovah's Witnesses. That brings me to the other holidays. Mother, like I said in another video, was very proud of all of her creations, including humans. But that includes the planets, the stars, the sun, the moon, all of that. And the way she actually wanted humans to acknowledge her, and once again, I don't use the word worship because she never wanted worship like Father did whatsoever. So it was a way for humans to acknowledge her and her existence and her love, actually, by acknowledging celebrations that were based on sun cycles or seasons, if you want to say. And that's why in the Bible, actually, yes, I'm going to read one scripture. In the first creation, which is Mother's creation, that's what it literally said these were there for. And it's in chapter 1 and verse 14. And it said, "And God said, let there be lights in the expanse of the heavens to separate the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years." So she purposely put them there. So we would have seasons, there would be signs. We could actually look at the positions of these different lights, or as the New World Translation says, it calls them luminaries, but it's the same difference. So just to be clear, this is what Mother wanted, and this is why she put them there. So humans would have a way to acknowledge her and actually honor her for what she has done. Okay? So let's just go into the seasons, which is the winter solstice. That takes place between December 21st, well, 21st, 22nd. Basically, it would be the shortest day and the longest night. And this would be celebrated because it basically symbolized the return of light, renewal, birth. Okay? So that's why actually this winter solstice actually got combined with Jesus' birth. Because, mind you, Jesus was for mother, not father. He basically came here to talk about mother, the true way to worship, and basically undo this false way of worshiping, which was brought down from the father. So that was what the purpose was. But that's why Christmas kind of intertwines with the winter solstice, because that was mother's way once these celebrations were deemed pagan. That's essentially what they were deemed, and they were erased. This is the way she brought it back by intertwining Jesus with the winter solstice. Hopefully that's clear, okay? Next would be the spring equinox, which takes place from March 19th, between March 19th and the 21st. Mind you, these are all northern hemisphere dates, not southern. So it would be opposite in the southern hemisphere, okay? So the spring equinox, March 19th through the 21st. That's when the days would begin growing longer than the night. And this would symbolize balance, rebirth, growth, and eventually there would be equal daylight and night. Summer solstice, that would be June 20th through the 22nd. And that would symbolize abundance. And during this, it would be the longest day and the shortest night. So you would have more daylight and less darkness. Autumn, that would be September 22nd through the 24th. And that represented harvest, and also resting after the harvest. So there's actually different celebrations in between these four seasons also, but I won't get into them. You can actually look them up on your own if you're interested. So these four seasons, as I said, the winter solstice basically combined with Jesus' birth, and that's how we get Christmas. Spring equinox, March 19th through 21st. It could also be considered Ostara, which comes from the term eventually. Okay. It eventually leads to the term Easter, which, once again, just like Christmas, because Ostara was considered a pagan holiday. And in order to intertwine Jesus with Ostara, they combined into this one holiday called Easter. Easter would always be celebrated on the Sunday after the full moon. So once again, we see here, you have the sun, you have the moon. These holidays are basically aligned with what Mother put them there for, the luminaries or the lights that are in the Bible there. So simply put, what is considered pagan is literally the original way to worship. It is the true way to worship. And this is why Jehovah's Witnesses of all the religions on earth, okay, have totally eliminated holidays from their worship. Because once again, anything that's associated with mother, father deems evil and wicked and corrupt and is false worship. So he does not want anything to do with those when he's trying to keep this nation that he has deemed for himself as true worshipers of him. So to not celebrate these holidays actually would be aligning with Father's purpose, which is to have worship for himself, totally eliminate Mother from the worship or even existence, because that's his goal, for no one to even know about her. And maybe for some of you, the idea of a divine mother may be new, but in other cultures, it's not. Actually, it's something that they do celebrate. For instance, like I'm trying to think, there's so many. I just want to like mention one. um, yeah, okay, Hindus. They celebrate a divine mother. Um, I believe the name is Durga. Durga in Hindu, Durga. That would be their divine mother. So, just to be clear, this isn't something new. The Greeks worshipped Mother. They worshiped Mother along with other deities, but they did. It's not something new, but what happened is Christianity took the original form of true worship and made it pagan, which there is nothing wrong with pagan because it is the original form of true worship. It's Father that demonized it. And we know why now. Because anything associated with Mother for him is bad, it creates anger and hatred within him. So that's why he erased it completely from Jehovah's Witnesses' way of worshiping, because it is the only religion that still doesn't incorporate Mother's original forms of worship. Hopefully, this was helpful to you. So please don't feel bad about celebrating holidays. It's actually a good thing, okay? And once again, I urge you to do your own research. Don't just take what I'm saying and go with it. You can Google um, these different pagan holidays, the importance of them, um, how they were celebrated, all of that. I think you'll find it very interesting. Well, thank you for joining me today, and hopefully, I'll see you on the next video. I want to send you love, peace, and happiness, and I wish you all the best. Take care.